What is up, folks? This is J.R.R, and I'm just heading over here to the castle to throw an enchantment on my brand new pickaxe. Fortunately, I don't have enough to do the shovel right now, but we can take care of that later. Alright, so I'm hoping for Silk Touch since this one has luck on it, but if we get the fortune, there we go, then I won't be too sad about it. And we got Fortune 3. Alright, so that's not such a big deal. Alright. Raw Mana Essence. Artifacts. Haven't seen that before. Not sure what it's used for, but I'm sure we'll figure it out at some point. Alright, so let's get ourselves out of here. And actually, you know what? It's just easier to do this. Oh, stuck on the block again. Alright. Teleporting tends to do that no matter how you do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw this in here and take a look at what is next, which is the, can't find it, energy core. There we go. So, we need 2 of the wyvern energy cores and a normal core. Alright, so for these, okay, it's just the standard way that we made it last time, so not a big deal. Okay, so 2 of those, right? That's right, isn't it? Oh, what's that? Energy pylon. Okay. They keep moving on me. There we go. Okay, yeah, and then redstone around. Alright, so redstone. You in here? Or here? How about here? There we go. I was wondering where that went. And I was wondering where all my coal blocks went too, so now we know. Alright, so redstone, like this. And is it the ingots around the outside? Yes, it is. Cool. Just making sure it was not gold. Alright, so it's like that. And then one of those in the middle. And then I think we need more ingots. Not wanting an energy pylon, but it's good to know that's not, well, not expensive being a relative phrase. Yeah, we need more ingots. Okay, so let's go over here and grab a few because we still have plenty. Alright. We can put these like so. And we have our energy core. Keeps going and going and going. Alright. So let's take a look here and see what we've got. So I'll take the right one. This is 2 pylons and 4 particle generators. Okay. Interesting. I think the manual said that these particle generators were just decorative, but we have used them in, an epic one. We have used them in crafting before. So let's go ahead and take a look here, and we're going to look for the energy core. So I'm just wanting to see what it says here. So, more power than anything else invented. Using multi-block strategies, you can build ever larger storage devices. You can find more info, I guess, maybe? The energy core multi-block tutorial. Okay. So it's going to be energy multi-block. Okay. So I'll check that out. So let's, just going back and forth. Let's put that up there and see what's in this bag. Oh, nice. Shovel of the Earth Mover, Axe of the Stream, Hoe of Growth, and Pickaxe of the Core. Okay, so there's a few reasons that this is actually still helpful, but the Hoe of Growth mainly because it can help you grow things that bone meal normally can, and a few things that bone meal can't, so that's really nice. The Hoe of Growth is mainly what I'm after here. Axe of the Stream, that can be really nice for the big, super big trees that, even though the, I don't have the axe on me at the moment. Actually, I think it's in here. Yeah, even though these lumber axes can cut down an entire tree, they'll do it quicker than the TolkienCraft axe, But the nice thing about the X of the stream is it will put it basically right on top of you, the wood. So when you cut this down, the wood falls from wherever it is. So if there's a bunch of branches, then it's just going to fall on top of the leaves, and it might despawn before the wood comes down. And that's mainly important with the big sacred oaks and things like that. So the really, really, really big trees. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this, I'll put them in here for now. The reason, oops, I didn't want to put that in there. The reason I'm putting this stuff in over here is because they each take up one slot in the ME drives. So I'm just storing them separately for the moment until I have more drives to have more space. Alrighty, so what do we have next in this parade? So, Heart of a Dragon. So we actually already have one. So let's go ahead and read what it says. So not only do you have the Ender Dragon to destroy and take its heart, but you can also fight the Chaos Guardian on islands far away from the Ender Dragon. This dragon heart is very special, and you will need to perform a ritual to access its true power. Alright, so the guardians that they're talking about here are like every 1,000 blocks, I believe, along the X and Y axes. So, yeah. And apparently they're basically souped up versions of the Ender Dragon, so that's kind of neat. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the particle generator in there. I don't think we need that at the moment, but we do have a dragon heart that we can turn in. So, manual submit. And we get 2, and we'll go ahead and claim a reward. Awesome. Okay, so these don't stack. But we have another epic bag, so let's see what's in here. Oh, nice. So these are tier 2 generators. So they're gonna do, what, 8 times? Yeah, power multiplier. Cool. So there's actually 9.1% chance of getting these, but interesting. So these will come and help, big help for later, but I have plenty of power generation for what little I have at the moment. So let's go ahead and put these in here and see what this says. Now imagine it's going to go to the ritual. Bring it back. Resurrection Stone and Charged Draconium Block. That sounds expensive. Okay. Never enough hearts? Bring the Ender Dragon back through rituals and unlock the power of its beating heart. Careful bringing back the Ender Dragon. Each resurrection makes him stronger than the last. That sounds interesting. Alright, so Resurrection Stone and Charged Draconium Block. Okay, so let's look here. Charged Resurrection Stone, or Resurrection Stone and Charged Draconium Block. Okay. Well, that looks expensive. Oh, it takes 4 mob souls. Well, thankfully I've gotten several. And, wow, that's pretty expensive. Okay. And that takes 4 as well. Oh, it's the same Resurrection Stone. Okay, so I think you get the Charged Draconium Block after you do the ritual, but there's some preparations that I'm going to have to make before I do that. So we're not going to do that right now, and I'm going to put some of this stuff back in here just to clear out my inventory a bit. Okay, and I'm really curious how much energy just one of these holds. But I'm going to have to figure out exactly how to set this up before I do that. So, I will be back in a moment and we'll take a look. I wanted to show you quickly what I've been doing. I've done quite a bit of work over here, and I'm not sure about this glass. I'll have to put in everything else first before I decide whether to take that out or not. I kind of like the industrial look because this is going to be a machinery based area, but I'm not really sure about that. But I've been using carpenter's blocks quite a bit, as you can see, and I have to say I loved it exactly as much as I thought I would, which is a lot. So yeah, I think it looks pretty cool because it kind of looks like scaffolding, like this area is under construction, which is exactly what it is. And usually construction means either cobblestone or dirt, because usually that's how I build things. I'll sketch it out and in dirt and cobblestone, and then I'll go back and fill it in with exactly what I wanted it to, the block to be. But yeah, I have to say I absolutely love these carpenter's blocks. And you can make all kinds of cool shapes with them, like this one right here and that one. And even some more with, where's my hammer? Looks like I left it in my chest back here. And I have to say this chest is pretty awesome too. I've been using it to smelt a lot of things because it does ore doubling as well as just normal smelting. So, alright, so let me show you some of the shapes that you can do out of these. It's really, really awesome. So you can change the color, the angle around with this left click, but you can flip it upside down, turn it around, invert it, all kinds of awesome stuff. And there's even some steeper angles like this one, and you can do peaks like that for like the tops of houses. If you wanted to have an upside down version, these cool little angles. Yeah, there's all kinds of really cool stuff that you can do with them. So, but you do go through this carpenter's hammer pretty quickly, so yeah, you gotta watch it. But yeah, I think we'll probably be working mostly on machinery in this for automated ore doubling, because while this is really nice, I need something that's gonna be a little more regular than going in here and setting just 5 things to smelt up. So, and as well, there's some grinding stuff that I would like to do to make it easier to turn things into dusts, especially quartz, because I would like to make a lot more pure Certus quartz for some glass that I would like to use, which is actually fairly expensive, especially on the scale that I'm going to be using it, but it looks really cool. So that's the important part. Alright, so I will see you back in a minute. Alrighty folks, so we're going to get to crafting the machinery in just a moment, but I wanted to show you some of the progress that I've made since the last little clip there. I decided I actually do like this dark industrial glass. It makes a nice contrast with the holy stone, which is what this is, which is crafted with just normal stone around a feather. So it's not that hard to make, but it can get kind of expensive since feathers aren't really something that you normally have unless you have a chicken farm. So I had enough to do all that I needed to, thankfully. So this is the progress that I've made. Yeah, you can see it looks quite a bit different than it did. Still have mobs coming in here. They can fall down onto this glass and then walk up and then come on in. So I'd really like to get this, go ahead and get it closed in, because I've had some problems. One of those problems is I found out exactly how flammable the carpenter's blocks are. And they are as flammable, if not more flammable, than leaves are. So a big section of this burned down when I had a special mob that had lightning strikes. That was interesting, to say the least. I was worried I was going to lose the whole thing. But yeah, I ended up cutting it off and sacrificing a big section in order to save the rest of it. So it turned out okay, but yeah. Anyway, I like the way it looks so far. This bottom section kind of looks like a force field that's holding back, everything, whether it be mobs or weather or the dirt and whatnot. Kind of reminds me of like the Farpoint episode from Star Trek, the first one where you meet Q. But yeah, anyway, so let's go ahead and head off and start using some more advanced machinery. So what we have is nice. This is great and all, but I've actually turned this into my work, building workbox or whatever, toolbox. But I need to make another one of those for when I go farming. But yeah, this is pretty low tech. So let's go ahead and change that. Alright, so what are we going to need first? Alright, so let's go ahead and pull up, say, thermal expansion. Alright. So, what are we going to need? We're going to need some of these redstone furnaces. Probably just do a couple to start off with because we don't really have a lot of automation going on. Now, when I move into here, that's going to be completely different. So we're going to have a bunch of them with all kinds of specific uses. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some of the energy conduit out, and we're going to change the route of this wire. Okay, or cable, or whatever you want to call it. Pipe. Okay, so I'm going to put these over here for the moment. So I made sure and made these walls thick enough to where they could have pipes go through them, but let's see exactly how I want to do this. I guess I'll just put it like this. I'm going to do it through there. Let's go ahead and go back in the back here. And it should be, yeah, right there. Alright. So let's bring it up to the corner, bring it down, and I'll come back in and fix the wall. But we're going to go ahead and put our machines right here. Alright. Now we also need... This is pretty rough, but that's okay, because it's just temporary. And we can go ahead and break these. I only got one there. Alright. So you should be back online. Yep, and we're starting to run out of space too. We've got these 2 drives left, so I'm not too worried about it, but yeah. I like to have lots of storage space open up just to make sure that everything's, you know, I don't have to worry about it, but yeah, I guess that's enough for now. You'll see in the future exactly how out of hand I can get when it comes to stuff like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and don't need that. So what do we need? We need some Invar. What are these extra ones? The basic, right. So there are different tiers of machinery now. You can see these are the resonant versions, and there's the basic versions which you're going to be using like this. They haven't updated the NEI very well at this point, but I think it just goes with... Ooh, what is that? That's new. Anyway, there's going to be the different tiers exactly like there are for the leadstone and energy cells, and moving up to hardened and redstone and resonant. So, and each of them will have their own upgrades that you can put in them, as you'll see in just a minute. Alright, so let's go ahead, and we need to craft the basic one. So if we can figure out exactly which one is the basic one. Sure, it's probably this one, because these look pretty basic. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we need machine frame, which this one's going to be the resonant one. So we just need the basic. Okay. That's what we need for the basics. So we just need some glass, a tin gear, and some iron. So for tin gear, okay. Let's see if we can go ahead and craft it with the alternate pattern of a tin gear, which is iron surrounded by tin. Now I'm not sure that this will work, but it has in the past. So let's go ahead and just check and see. Okay, so, tin, or iron surrounded by tin, and yes, we can. Awesome. Now that one isn't actually in there, but that is an alternate pattern that you can use. Okay, so we've got 2 of those. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at if we can just pull up the basic machine frame. Glass surrounded by iron. So we've got enough iron, so glass. We don't really have much in there, but I do have glass in here, of which this is a different type of glass. Well, we do have enough glass in here that I can go ahead and create what I need. We're going to need to make some more, definitely, but alright, so like that in the middle, and iron. one more. Alright, now we've got our machine frames. Okay, so after that, we'll go back to our furnace. And, alright, we need some copper gears. We need a reception coil, which is just gold and redstone. And let's take a look at the copper. I'm going to try this as well. I don't think this will actually work, but we have cobblestone, so I think we're going to need sticks for that, though. Nope, not like that. Like that. Ah, it does work. Wonderful. Alright, so we're going to need 4 of these. 4. Okay. And like that. Okay, so what else we're going to need? My memory seems pretty short today. We're going to need bricks, which I don't know that I have. Alright, and we're also going to need some redstone, which is not a big deal, because I mined up a bunch of that. As you can see, 153 blocks. I'm probably actually going to need more than that for what I'm planning on building, which will be a surprise. But it's going to be a good surprise. It's actually really, really awesome. But, yeah. So, that's a good start. And I need some gold. It's right here. Okay, so let's look and see if we have some bricks. No, we don't. But we do have clay. And we have clay balls. So, I can put down one of these furnaces. Gonna stick that in there and have like that. So, we should have enough to make it while we're worrying about the rest of the stuff. So, we're gonna need 2. Like that. Now, we're gonna need 4 bricks per, so we're gonna need 8 total. Okay, so as soon as this is cooked up, I'm going to go ahead and come back. So, see you in a second. Alright guys, so actually while this is cooking up, I wanted to go ahead and cover a few things I don't think that I've talked about quite yet. Alright, so as you can see, this over here, we've talked about the energy infuser, but what is really nice for the charge on these is this flux capacitor. Now this is something that is normally in thermal expansions. You can see these right here are the normal versions, but Draconic Evolution adds these extra ones that are really nice. For example, this one will store 80 million RF. So even this one, the highest tier in thermal expansion, will only hold 10 million. So yeah, that's extremely nice. And the other one, the highest tier, is absolutely absurd. So flux. Alright, let's see if we can find it here. Well, I'm not seeing it, actually. I'm not seeing the one I have either. So let's put Draconic. Oops. Draconic. Okay. So here is the one that I've got. And this is the other one. 250 million RF in this thing. So it's extremely expensive to make, but once you have it, you're not going to run out of energy like very often at all. You know, once a month you may be able to have to charge it up, but this thing, even this one, 80 million, I've charged it up once and that's it. But you can see it drains power really fast. So yeah. Alright. Just go ahead and stick this coal in here. Alright. So, should have enough, at least to make one. Oh, also, I guess, yeah, we'll give it some more time. So, the better barrel. The reason I didn't cover making these on stream, or on the video, is because it's pretty tedious, because you have to make the same thing over and over and over again, and combine those things into making this, so... basically, it's a storage unit that you can upgrade multiple times over and have it store more items or have storage upgrades. So it's pretty cool, but I wish the upgrade system was a little different because, like I said, it can be pretty tedious. So this is good for having things that you have a ton of and would otherwise take up a bunch of space in your ME drives, and you know, it's not much avail. because that much cobble would take up at least a drive, so by itself with nothing else in it. So, and the other thing we have here is a filing cabinet, which will store things that have the same data. So as you can see, Enchanted Book 403. So all of these are Enchanted Book 403s. And you can store a certain amount of these. I think it's 270-ish. But yeah. So this will store all of your enchanted books. It can store all of your mana beans, stuff like that. So that's really nice, because otherwise this would also take a lot of space in the system. And we can actually hook these up to the main system later with the import drives. So that's really nice. Alright, so we should have enough bricks now. Yep, that should be more than enough. And that was not what I meant to do. Like that. Alright. So, that'll be 6. So we should have everything we need to make these 2. Alright, so the machine frame in the middle, the 2 bricks like that, the copper gears, and should be 2 redstone. Alright, so this gives us the basic furnaces. So, for these, real simple, they work just like a normal furnace. As you will see here, they've got energy pumping into them. But the cool thing about these is the configuration. So for now, I want it to turn all of it off, so just shift click in the middle one on the little furnace thing, and it turns off all the exports. But what I could do is, if I wanted to have something, say, cook up in here, and then as a second stage cook in here, then I could turn that side to have the output export to the right, and have the input for what it's going to cook in the left, and it would go from one to the other. So that's pretty awesome. Alright, so, and I'll show you how that works more specifically in a minute after I have made some, well, what are they called in this one? They're called macerators in IC2, but at the moment I cannot think of what they're called. Pulverizers, there you go. So how do we make a pulverizer? This is what's going to turn our ores into dust. So we need some flint, and same copper gears, reception coil, again with gold, and a piston. Alright, so let's go ahead and make some of those as well. We can drop this back in here. Alright, and I don't need the clay anymore. So, flint. I saw it right before I typed F. Alright, there it is. So we're going to need 4 of those. Oh, 4. We're going to need more glass. Alright, so, oh, we do have some sand in here. So let's go ahead and we'll stick half a stack in this one and half a stack in this one. Okay. Oh, and also, let's go ahead and take a look at this while that sand is cooking up. So these are the upgrades that I was talking about. Now, at this stage, we could take, say, the redstone out, because I don't plan on hooking these up to redstone at this point. There's no real need to. But you can throw other upgrades in here, like the speed upgrade that we have down here. And you've got all the upgrades. So there's a bunch of them, and we'll go through them later. Space-time flux unifier. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, so 8 speed, but 20% energy used, and negative 30% chance on the secondary item, which is going to be for like the macerator, or the pulverizer, excuse me. I still call them macerators because IC2 was my first mod as far as these go, this kind of system, ore doubling and all that kind of stuff, and energy usage. So I tend to talk of them in the term of IC2. So let's go ahead, and that should be plenty of glass. But yeah, so we're just going to leave those upgrades where they are at the moment. I'm not going to worry about them too much, because we'll be upgrading these furnaces to the higher tiers pretty soon. So, alright, now what else do we need? We have the glass, we've got the redstone, we need some gears. Alright, so we're going to need the copper gears again, so we're going to need 4 of those. 3, 4, 3, 4, okay, and 4 in the middle. Alright, and we're going to also need the tin ones. I think Do we need 4 or 2 each of those? There it is. Nope, just 1 each. Alright, so 2 is all we need of those. And what was that? Oh, just cells. Okay. So we need the iron in the middle, like that. Let's put these here. And the glass. And our iron around the outside. And we have our basic frames. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look again. Like that. And okay, so we just need our reception coil and our piston. Okay, so gold in the middle. And in the corners we have our redstone, so there's 2 of those. And we need pistons, so we need some wood. Here's some wood. And we have stone in our inventory, and iron, and okay. And redstone, so go ahead and make 2 pistons. On the wooden top. And cobble. Awesome. So we should have all we need to make those now. Alright, so by the time I actually find it, I probably could have put the pattern in there. But should just do like that. And bam, there's our machines. Alright, now as these charge up, well, they should be charging up. We're not out of power. Okay, there we go. I wonder why it wasn't... Okay, must have been a little bit of lag there, because they should have been charging up almost immediately. Alright, so let's go ahead and stick our glass in here. So I will show you exactly how these work. Alright, let's see if we actually have any ore that I have not smelted up. That will work. This little slime mob soul just kind of freaks out. Okay, we have 1 piece of copper ore. The zinc ore should work too. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the output of this spot go down. So we need the red, and it's going to go into the machine or output that's below it. And for this one, we want this input to be in the top. So we'll go ahead and drop our zinc in here. And this is a secondary chance of when it's processing, it'll drop the secondary. And I'm not sure what it is for zinc, to be quite honest. But you can see the smashed zinc ore is going straight into this input, and it's processing into the ingots. So that's pretty awesome. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make some more AE stuff as well to make the interface with this a lot easier. And go ahead and have this go right into the AE system, which is going to be pretty awesome. But I need to get a few materials together, so I will be back in a moment. Alrighty folks, so actually it looks like we've reached the wrapping up point. So I'm going to go ahead and say that we'll tackle the AE system either next episode or the next. I might go ahead and do some exploration because there's some cool stuff that I would like to check out. So we will see, and I guess you'll just have to find out then. Alright, so until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day.